Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Metra AV Tech Tips Solutions. I'm your host, Adam, and today I've got a really fun camera for us to talk about because this last Wednesday we talked about networking and how to get your IP cameras in a safe place on the network and specifically inside of the IP addresses. And so what I wanted to do was talk about one of our new cameras that we have here today. This is the SPY-MNBLT3WIP8. Now, I know that's a lot of letters and whatnot, but it does mean something. This is a mini bullet. It's the third generation. It is in white. It's an IP camera, and it's 8 megapixels. So that's basically what that means. Now, there's a couple special things about this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and switch over to a top-down shot so we can go ahead and start talking about it. All right. So here's the box. We'll go ahead and get it opened up. Just very simply pop it open here. Take out some of the packaging. Included in the box here, we of course have our warranty card here, so you can fill that out and send it back in. We have our quick start guide for the camera as well, so feel free to look through that. That will help to get everything all up and going for you. But inside here, of course, we have the camera. Now, before we get to the camera, I'm going to set that aside. In here as well, I want to note a couple things. One of the things here is we have a template inside the packaging. The template here is nice because you can put this, it's actually a sticker, so you can stick this to wherever you're going to put it, and it tells you where you need to drill the holes for the camera mounting points. So hold on to that and use that in those cases because it does make a difference. It makes it a whole lot easier so you can know exactly where to drill. We also included a couple extra tools in here. You get an Allen key, and that's actually to set this screw here for ensuring that you have the camera tightened and focused where you want it to go to. We also include a couple screws and some anchors for those screws as well. So that's all in the packaging with it. From there, we have a weather guard for the PoE connection. So this PoE connection, just keep in mind that if you are mounting this camera outside or anywhere that you have the ability to have some kind of moisture that can get into this, you really want to put this this guard on that connection as well. So make sure that's installed with the camera as well. So that's the end for that box there. Let's go ahead and take a look at the camera itself. So pretty straightforward camera design. This is a bullet design. This is a fixed lens. This is a mini bullet. It is fixed lens, so we don't have the ability to zoom in or change the focus on it, but it is set up in a way to where you don't really have to worry too much about it. And because it is 8 megapixel, we are getting a full 4K signal on that. So keep that in mind when you're designing your systems. Some of the cool features on this camera, of course, this is a 2.8 millimeter fixed lens, 8 megapixel CMOS sensor, and it has color night vision for that. So we have the infrared light here, so it does, like a traditional surveillance camera, but it also has the ability to do the color night vision. So this is really handy in situations where you want a good picture overnight and you don't want to do the black and white screen. You have the ability to use that sensor in there as well for the color night vision. With this here, it supports all the way up to 4 megapixel at 30 frames per second. And then, of course, it can be lowered resolution for older systems if you need to, or if you just want to save on storage. It's IP67 water resistant. The infrared lights are actually what's known as smart IR. So this will actually know how dark it is and how bright those need to be. And so as it gets darker, they can become brighter. From there, it supports H.264, 264 plus, H.265, and H.265 plus. So you have that as well. It's got built-in PoE, and this is one of our first cameras that actually has a built-in microphone. So if you notice right about there on top of that, there's actually a microphone in there. And so that is capable of recording audio wherever you are mounting this camera in place. On the pigtail here, you've got your PoE connection for the Cat5 or Cat6 cable. You also have on here as well a 12-volt barrel connector. So this camera can be powered either over PoE or you can use a 12-volt power supply local to the camera if you don't have PoE options or if you're putting it in a location where you can't get a PoE connection to it. So you can do all of that. So contact your sales rep, contact your distributor to find out about availability and pricing for this camera. Again, this is the SPY-MNBLT3WIP8. It's available now, and again, contact your sales rep or your distributor for availability and pricing. But it's a really good camera. Like I said, it has that color night vision, Really good solution for that. We find that these are really great in locations where you have maybe a parking lot or a driveway where you have a light already out there, but the light's fairly dim. In most applications like that, the cameras may not be able to see enough light out there. However, with these color night vision cameras, they have the ability to pick up those low light areas and pick up that signal. So again, like I said, contact your sales rep, contact your distributor for availability and pricing. Check out this piece again. It's the SPY-MNBLT3WIP8. I'm Adam with Metra AV. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at 386-492-8584 for our tech support line, and we'll be happy to answer any other questions. As always, thanks for watching.